Okie doke, pop onto your mats for me, guys. We're going to start standing tonight. Get those hamstrings nice and warm. So you can hold on to something here if you need, guys. You're just going to give me 10 swings here with the leg, trying to kick it a little bit higher each time in the front. Not too worried about tight knees here. Just try to feel out that stretch. Lovely. Once you're done 10, guys, we're going to stick with that same leg out in front. And we're going to go for 10 leg lifts next. Now I want you to have some tension in the legs. So squeeze the quad and point the toe. You're going to lift it in a controlled manner up to hip height if you can. You should feel that quad muscle working. Think of a little tempo on the way down for 10 reps. On that last rep, guys, on rep number 10, you're going to hold your leg up for a slow 10-second count. And I'll trust you all to count yourselves. Really good, Tatiana. Good, guys. And just keep fighting that heel, pulling it up as high as you can for those 10 seconds. Excellent. All right, guys, just turn around for me. We'll go on our opposite leg for 10 swings. Donal and T, how are we tonight? Good. Good, guys. Get that leg a little higher in the front. You can be loosey-goosey here. There we go. Once you're done your swings, then you're going to create some tension in that same leg. Point it out in front, squeeze the quad, point the toe down, and then 10 controlled leg lifts. Trying to keep your stability leg on the floor straight as well. Slowly lowering back to the ground. And then you have your 10-second hold on that last rep. Very nice, guys. Once you're done, coming into a squat, a little bit wider than a squat stance position, but not too wide. We're going to place our hands on the hips. I'll give you a view from the side. And we're just going to go for 10 good mornings here. Really focusing on pushing our hips back as far as you can, dropping the shoulders height, keeping a really nice flat back. Squeeze those knees, press your knees back so you get a good hamstring stretch and stand tall. All right, so really push the knees back and squeeze, or sorry, push the hips back and squeeze the knees. Lovely, keeping a nice flat back as you do so. So squeeze the shoulder blades together. Lovely, guys, 10 reps. Lovely. We're coming to the edge of your yoga mat, or the beginning of your yoga mat next. We'll go feet together. Again, keep the knees locked down if you can. Come into a forward fold, and you're going to inch your feet forward with a little bit of a upper body pulling down into your forward fold as you take each step. And then you go all the way back again. You just go for about 45 seconds here. Very nice. So once you're feeling it in the hamstrings, you're doing something right. Another 20 seconds. Lovely, guys. Actively pulling your torso down into that forward fold. 3, 2, 1, and shake out those legs. Our final little warm-up, guys, starting at the bottom of our tuck, ankles and feet together, hands on the floor. You're going to do 2 little bounces, 1, 2, straighten those knees and hips to the sky, 1, 2, pulling the torso down at the top. All right, so 10 reps in total, 2 bounces at the bottom of your tuck, and then 2 bounces at the top of your forward folds. Very nice, getting a good deep knee compression, and then lock those knees out and turn your tailbone up to the sky. Excellent, guys. On that last rep, or if you finish, just hang out here in your forward fold for a moment. Lovely. From here, we're going to take our hands forward into a down dog position. If you want, you can take your feet slightly apart. And we'll just ease in with some nice heel pedals. So straighten one knee, press your heel to the ground as you bend the opposite knee, and then switch. So take your time here, take about 3 seconds, really actively pressing that heel, sole of your foot into the ground on opposite sides. Go for about 20 reps, so you get 10 on each side. And even think about what your upper body and shoulders are doing. So press through your palms, push your shoulders back to increase that stretch in the hamstring. Lovely, guys. Once you're done 20 reps, just take a little rest here. Take your knees back to the floor. We're going to be in that position one more time. So we're going to do a little active and passive work here. If you want to watch me first, it's hard for me to demo, but I'll explain what I'm doing. So I'm coming back to my down dog, and I'm going to take one foot up, and I can just rest on the back of that knee. So I'm focusing on one leg, pressing that heel into the ground. For 20 seconds, I'm going to press my toes into the ground. As I do so, I should feel that stretch up the back of the knee. So I'm really putting as much pressure, squeezing my toes into the ground. Then I'll release and just push into the stretch a little bit further. And then I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to lift my toes, pulling them towards my shin. And again, you just feel that stretch around the front of your shin. Okay, so actively pressing the toes down for 20, then we'll relax and just push our heel. And then you're going to lift your toes, pulling them towards your shin. And just notice where the stretch moves around your calf and around your hamstring. All right, guys, so get in position. You for this stretch, the further your foot is away from your hands, nearly the better. And if you can try to get your heel to the ground, that would be excellent. All right, guys, so heel is down, lifting the opposite leg up. And for 20 seconds, off we go. Press your toes. Really push, squeeze those toes down into your yoga mat. Keep actively pressing. Increase the pressure if you can. You got 5 more seconds. And just take a rest for 10. Stay where you are. Just release the pressure. And now we're going to do the opposite. We're going to pull our toes to our shin. In 2, 1, lift your toes. Feel that stretch where it moves to. Pull your toes to your shin as strongly as you can. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. And we'll take a little relax. You can even shake out the shoulders if you're finding lots of pressure there. So hopefully, guys, you felt the difference of pressing the toes down and then lifting them up. All right, we'll go back up and work on that opposite leg. So heel down if you can. If it feels very comfortable, move that foot further away from your hands. All right, opposite leg is up. And we're going to go, guys, in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Press your toes down. Really squeeze those toes into the mat. Don't forget to breathe. Nice deep breaths. 3, 2, 1. And just relax the pressure. Stay here. We're going to move into the opposite one, pulling our toes to our shin. Off we go. Actively pull those toes off the mat. Get as much space between your toes and the mat as you can. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. And down you come. Excellent, guys. Just roll out the shoulders. Really, really good work. Perfect. All right, I'm going to take you guys into a straddle position next. So we're going to go wider than the position we were in earlier. I'll actually show you from the side. And we're just going to come into a forward straddle fold. And we're going to hang out here for 90 seconds. Nothing else, just in the stretch. So I'm pushing my hips back. I'm going to feel this high into my hamstrings where they attach to my glutes. Really think of turning that tailbone, so flattening the lower part of your back rather than this position. So it's not about getting to the floor, it's about maintaining a flat back and really getting a good hinge at the hips rather than rounding at the hips. Okay, so if you need to use your yoga blocks, if your hands aren't comfortably on the floor, that's totally fine. So I'm going to check in with you guys. Doesn't matter how low you go. So Warren, can you stick your hips back more? And I want you to think about flattening your lower back. So even an arch, there you go. So I want an arch position, guys. That clock is on. Lovely. And if it feels good and you want to go a bit wider with the legs, that's fine. But if you guys can all visualize your hollow back and your arch back. I want you to show me an arch back at the moment. Lovely, guys. So compressing the spine, squeezing the low spine together. Lovely, guys. We're here for another 45. Taking your attention to your knees. If they're soft, guys, just squeeze those knees for me. Try to press the back of your kneecaps nice and flat. Lovely T. Turn that tailbone up to the sky. Last 30 seconds. To go, nice deep breaths. All right, guys, 5 seconds. We're going to stay in this position. I just want you to walk your hands over to your left foot. So over you go. Lovely. And we're going to turn our left foot forward and turn our right foot so they're both facing the same direction. Now, if you have a quick look at me, guys, so I have a soft bend in my front knee here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to push that knee back so I have a fully straight position and bend. Straighten and bend. And I'm going to keep my upper body as low as I can. If possible, I want you to think about keeping your low tummy in contact with the top of your thigh. So try to sandwich those two body parts together as you bend and straighten for 10 reps, guys. So find a comfortable start position, sandwich your tummy onto the top of your quad, and then as you straighten, try and maintain that connection between your tummy and your quad. So have a little look. Lovely, guys. So try and keep that tummy pressed down. Very nice, T. Back knee should remain straight. And if possible, guys, keeping the back heel on the ground. So Jenny, that might even be a bit too wide, yeah. We're not quite in a spider lunge as well, Anna, so keep the stance a little bit more narrow. Lovely work. Once you've done 10, guys, just walk your hands over to your back leg, turning your feet once you get there. All right, and I want you to show me a good start position. So bend the front knee. If you can, guys, keep that back heel in contact with the floor. If I show you here, so my back heel is pressed down. I'm bending that front knee, sandwiching my tummy onto the top of my thigh. And then as I straighten, I'm going to try and keep that connection. Off we go. Easing in and out of that stretch. Lovely job, guys. And when you're done, you can just shake it off. Have a little rest, and I'm going to show you our next stretch. So you can just take a break here. As I demo, guys, we're going to use a wall or a couch for our next little series, and we're going to be working on hip flexors, quads, and hamstrings. If you have something to support your upper body, so yoga blocks or foam rollers, get those as well because they come in really useful. So starting on all fours, I'm going to take one shin to the wall, getting my knee as close to the wall as possible, but give yourself maybe about an inch or two. From here, guys, I'm going to take my other leg out into a lunge position, and I'm going to hang out here for the first 60 seconds. So dropping my hips forward and down, taking that front leg a good distance away from my knee. So if you want to join me here, guys, I'll get the clock on. And this is quite tough on the quad and hip flexor, especially if you're tight. All right, guys, clock is on. I'm going to hang out here for 60 seconds. So I'm allowing those hips to drop forward and down. I can lean forward. With that front knee, guys, if I take my hand and just draw that front knee out towards the baby toe, you'll actually create a little bit more space for those hips to sink. So draw the front knee out towards your baby toe, but keep your foot in contact with the floor. 30 seconds. And breathe. Nice deep breaths, relaxing the upper body. Notice if your neck or jaw are tight, guys. If you're holding tension there, it's hard to relax into the stretch. So try and relax everywhere. Deep breaths. Okay, guys, just quick eyes on me. I'm going to push my hips back to my heel, pull my front leg a little bit closer, and then I'm going to try to take my upper body back to meet the wall, okay? So butt cheek to heel, and then I'm pushing off that front leg, pushing myself back into the wall. Again, this is a really deep stretch into that quad. Nice work, Anna.
This I can do all day. This is fine.
Okay, so the hamstrings that are tight. I'll get to
it.
Really good, guys. 20 seconds. This is a killer for me. And breathe, 10 seconds. All right, guys, as you keep holding there, then the final one here, I'm going to toe heel that front foot, and I'm going to make sure that I have tension in that front leg. My knee is completely locked out, and I'm going to just take that leg as far as I can forwards, using my supports, moving my hips away from the wall again, and I'm going to hold here in that half split for 60 seconds starting now. So main thing here, guys, is that front knee is as straight as possible. Brilliant, Jenny. And you can just stay where you are for the moment, and if it starts to feel better, try to inch that heel further and further away. Come on, T. So T, stay where you are. If you can even push your hips back to get that knee straight. Or your second option, T, is to come off the wall. Sure, your quad is killing you. Drop the foot down from the wall. There you go. And then just come into the same stretch. Lovely, guys. We got 20 seconds. Super work, Hannah. All right, guys, really good work. 3, 2, 1. Ease yourself out of that. And we make our way into the opposite side. So first one starting with our foot out nice and far, dropping your hips down and forward towards the yoga mat. And we're here, guys, that clock is on for 60 seconds. Deep breath, relax into this one. Lovely, guys. Another 20 seconds. Let those hips sink a little bit further. Draw that front knee out towards your pinky toe. Let those hips sink. Okay, when you're ready, guys, I'm going to push my hips back to meet my heel. I'm going to pull that front foot in a bit closer and then push my upper body up towards the wall, getting as flat to the wall as I can. And we're here for a minute. Relax the upper body, release the shoulders, head and neck. But keep some pressure from that front foot, pushing your butt cheek back into your heel, and then reaching your shoulders back towards the wall if you can. Without overarching, I should say. So you don't want to stick your ribs out. You want to maintain almost like a little tummy crunch here. Okay, guys, and when you're ready, you can take those hands back to your supports. Walk that front foot forward until you can get your knees straight, and then wiggle that heel forward if you need to. Find your stretch, guys. Last 60 seconds here. And then we have about 4 minutes, guys. We'll do a little bit of active split work. And then we'll be ready for the workout for whoever's with me for that this evening. Really nice, guys. This is a very tough position. You're targeting both that back and front leg. And depending where you have more tightness, that's where the stretch is going to show up for you. So it'll be a little different for everyone. Last 10 seconds. All right, guys, and when you're ready, down you come. We're going to move away from the wall for our final stretch, guys. We have ended every hamstring session with this one, so hopefully we're seeing some progress. So if you quick look, I'm going to start in my half kneeling split. My hips are square, so facing forward. I'm going to try not to let them twist, but if they do a little bit, it's okay. Just trying to keep them here. I have my supports and I'm sliding, hopefully on a slippy floor with a sock or a cushion. Keeping that front leg, guys, completely locked out. Going as far as I can. And we're just going to hold tonight. So let's see where you are in that split. And maybe you ease into it. You might not go the full way to begin with. And go for about 60 to 90 seconds on each side. Lovely T, that's it. And it is important here, guys, ease into it. Try not go to that immediate point where you almost frighten the body, which will cause you to tense up. There you go, C to T. So ease off if you need. Lovely, relax as much as you can. And when you do feel that pain, just breathe into it. Let your body know it's okay, that you can come out of it whenever you want. Beautiful, Anna. So guys, 15 more seconds on this side. Excellent work. Hands off, Hannah, that's amazing. All right, and when you're ready, you can pull back from that side and make your way into the opposite split.